house. We have... who else we have? Al Crisifulli from Love of the Game Auctions is coming on. Joe Drelich from the Philly Show is coming on. And John Broggi from the National is going to give us a little recap of the National and everything that happened there. So it's all good. How you doing, number one?
I am feeling pretty good sitting in this seat.
Yeah, you're in the big guy's seat. So Rico's got another gig tonight with Fisk, Louie. He left in the 5th inning last night. He'll leave in the 3rd inning tonight. Guaranteed he'll leave in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, because he won't get the live shot. I don't think again tonight.
So they had a live shot on the Jumbotron?
Yeah, they did this nice video tribute to him.
Did he wave?
Yeah. He had a whole bunch of kids and girls and women around him. It was great.
Oh, I'm going to bust his...
Yeah, I didn't know, so I started texting him.
I'm going to bust his Aggies. And he left in the 5th freaking inning.
So I probably shouldn't have spilled that, but yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you after we get off the air what the hell they paid him for. It was amazing, the money that he got paid for last night and tonight. It was like, let's put it this way. He said to me, no problem with Florida this winter.
Imagine what he would have got if they hadn't signed Evaldi.
All right, listen. A trivia question. By the way, Rocco Rosado and Stan, all your stuff is in the mail. Stan, by the way, $10 for freaking shipping for that mug signed by Rico. I'm going to get a rebate from Rico on this one. $10 for a 67 mug signed by Rico Petrocelli. $10 out of pocket, out of ATS Communications pocket.
Yeah.
You get nothing? That's all you got?
I'm thinking you could have done better, Brett.
Talk to Ellen.
It's not my circus, not my monkeys.
Talk to Ellen. All right, here's our trivia question. So everything is clean, everything's in mail. This is an easy one, and here's what you're going to win. Bobby, you know anything about football?
I know a little bit about football. I do, Tom.
All right, this is from our good friends at Panini, and we're going to give
Who's
away...
the best player of all time, Bobby?
Well, that would have to be the great John Riggins, I think, was probably the greatest player of all time.
No, we can't continue this at this point. I'm afraid I'm going to have to step away from the show.
John Riggins. Okay, so this is from our good friends Tracy Hackler at Panini. You know Tracy. And this is part of the Score Blitz 2019 NFL trading cards. There's 40 cards in here. One may be signed by some stud, by some 2019 draft stud.
We've been milking this for 8 months now.
I got a couple more. So this could be worth... I mean, who's the number 1 draft pick? Do we know? I can't remember. So if the number 1 draft pick signed this, it's worth a few bucks, right?
I don't know.
What if he's a washout, though?
Still worth a few bucks as a washout. All right, so here's a trivia question.
Always amazed what this stuff is worth, so I don't know.
Here's a trivia question. Oh, Marino's in. Staten Island Joe. Joe, by the way, your card is in the mail, signed by Mr. Petrocelli. Your Mickey Mantle card, I can't guarantee you're going to get it back in one piece, but hopefully you will. We'll see. But anyway, and by the way, we've had some really serious storms up here. I don't know if have you had?
Yes, I drove through the tornado warning to get here today.
Did you have any internet problems?
I don't know. I drove through. So far, no, but in this show we're having some.
Yeah, we're going to have some. We're having some internet problems. And this is like really bad what's going on here. Did you have any problems up in Nashua?
No, it looked beautiful. It was great.
The sun was shining.
There was no clouds or storms in Nashua, New Hampshire, just down here in Massachusetts.
All right, here's our trivia question. And if we freeze, Louis will take care of it.
Well, it's disconnecting and reconnecting. I'm recording, so.
All right.
We can.
So here's the trivia question. This is by one Mr. Rico Petrocelli. My teammate and friend, Louis Aparicio, often gave our second baseman, Doug Griffin, pointers that he learned...
rounding the bases?
He wasn't good. Now I'm going to start again because I was rudely interrupted. My teammate and friend, Louis Aparicio...
Aparicio wasn't good. Cost us a pennant.
Yeah, he was.
Fell right down.
Fell down in Detroit. Fell right third base.
Did they have... We told the story how they set his suit on fire?
Yes.
My teammate and friend Louis Aparicio often gave our second baseman Doug Griffin pointers that he learned from this other second baseman. Who was the other second baseman that Louis learned from and was able to teach Doug Griffin, give Doug Griffin a few pointers? Now you got to think about it. Louis Aparicio played for the Red Sox for a short period of time. And but this other second baseman he learned from, he gave a lot of pointers to Doug Griffin based on the information he got from this second baseman. Who is he? That's all. Very easy, very simple. You got to like think about what's going on here. And by the way, again, I know our video is getting interrupted. Don't blame us. It's the internet. We've had tremendous storms up here.
Yeah.
Tornado warnings, lightning. Anything else?
What more do you need?
No, I think we're pretty good.
Locusts.
Vintage
pretty
brakes
good.
was perfect, though. That's why I'm surprised.
Really?
Yep.
All right, Bobby's in the house. Let's talk to Bobby. RR Auctions. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. Tell me about Bonnie and Clyde. You guys are really into Bonnie and Clyde, man.
Well, Bonnie and Clyde, are these gangsters, these outlaws, these road outlaws that kind of captured the imagination of the American public in the 1930s. And they took these pictures of themselves that leaked to the media. So you have these great images of Bonnie Parker smoking a cigar, Bonnie Parker, holding a shotgun, and this was during the Depression. So for whatever reason, these two young kids captured the imagination of the public. So after they were killed, a lot of the material that was with them got into the general public's hands. Like the police themselves would take things as trophies. Like they would get these machine guns.
After they shot him up.
Yeah, or sometimes Bonnie and Clyde would shoot them up and leave the car behind, and there was always things left behind. So we've sold some pretty incredible materials from Bonnie and Clyde. So we've got a bunch of neat things coming up in an auction that are.
I want to ask you about Bonnie, but we're going to give the trivia question. I know it's been cutting out, so I'm going to give the trivia question again. And by the way, Rondell and Stanor, you are not eligible this week. I'm putting my foot down. You got to give the rest of the general public. Last week, Rondell's husband, Rocco Rosado. Tell me he doesn't sound like a freaking hitman. Rocco Rosado.
Good Irish kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, here's a trivia question. Rondell, you're out. Stan, you're out. My team, this is by Rico. My teammate and friend Louis Aparicio often gave our second baseman Doug Griffin pointers that he learned from this other second baseman. Who was the other second baseman that he was referring to? So I'm going to ask you a question about Bonnie. Was it Bonnie? What was her last name?
Bonnie Parker.
Was she as hot as
Faye Dunaway?
Dunaway?
I don't know. It's you have to choose what you like. She was under 5 feet tall. She had her leg terribly burned. In the last 9 months of her life, she hopped. So when you would see her out on the road, Clyde would have to carry her.
Girlfriends in college that hopped.
Yeah, I figured.
Blowout patches? Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it's quite all right. Whatever you're into, man. That's all right. I'm not going to judge you, man. That's cool. But,
All right. So I mean, was she decent looking?
yeah, she was beautiful. She was a beautiful, 20-year-old who made some poor life choices and ended up dead in Louisiana, shot by 6 bounty hunters.
Yeah, but she ended up dead in a star.
Well,
they were well beloved.
I think she wrote some poetry right before she was killed that kind of said that they'll go down together and live forever. So it actually
That was kind of the plan at a point.
Well, why did they do that? I mean, they had a couple of bucks from all the stuff that they stole.
They didn't
Why
have a couple of bucks, and Clyde was going to get the electric chair. I mean, he was a dead man. So
I mean, but they could have escaped to like.
She could have,
they were
but she
too
chose
big.
not to. No, I mean, no, this is serious, Tommy. I mean, listen.
No, I am.
She knew that her family was begging her to get off the road. She turned herself in. They're going to write to the governor. They were working on this kind of thing, and she said, "No, I want Clyde stuck with me when I burned my leg and was crippled. I'm going to stick with Clyde," and stuck it out until they were killed.
So
together.
did they really shoot up the car like they did in the movie?
Oh yeah.
Really?
But there was no halt or anything. They just
Yep.
they just opened up on those two and just ripped them to shreds. And that really happened.
Then they paraded the car through town.
They
With the dead bodies in it?
they towed it into town and
Yep.
it stopped in front of a schoolhouse, and all the children came out.
Yep.
So I still talk to people
Were
today.
lifting things off of them while they would.
Yeah.
All right,
dragging
so
the car
I have
through
another
town.
question. In the movie, it was his brother or her brother. What's his name? The guy that was in
Gene Hackman.
Gene Hackman. Did that all transpire?
Yeah, all
so they
true.
they traveled with them prior to that too, and then they kind of left him after he got shot up.
Well, yeah, I mean they were in Joplin, Missouri, and they were living in an apartment for about 7 or 8 weeks, and the police thought there were some bootleggers there, and the police had no idea that Clyde, the Barrow Gang, was in this place, and the Barrow Gang would steal machine guns, Browning automatic rifles, and shotguns from U.S. armories, and these poor cops in Joplin, Missouri, had their service revolvers, and they go kind of walking up to the door, and outside the window. Buck Barrow and Clyde Barrow opened up on the police officers, killed 3 of them, and that whole scene where they drive away, where the lady's screaming, that's all fake.
That's right.
But they absolutely busted to that garage and got away. But that's where
You
they
got to
found those
watch
photos.
the movie on Netflix that Netflix did. I think it's The Highwaymen or The Highwayman.
The Highwaymen, yeah.
Highwayman.
Yeah, with Costner and Woody Harrelson.
which is
I've
pretty
seen-
historically solid.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Really?
No,
Because there
not-
was a lot of backup to that.
Well, Bonnie Parker, they have a whole scene with a Thompson machine gun face. She never fired a machine gun like that, and she didn't kill those 2 cops.
Did she ever kill anybody?
No, they don't even know if she ever fired a gun. So there's a big discrepancy. But we consult actually. Our auction uses Raylene Linder, who's Bonnie Parker's living niece. She was born in October 1934, and his nephew Buddy to be our historical consultants.
All right, listen, we have a winner. Thomas Lane, you're a knucklehead. Thomas Lane says Johnny Evers. Wrong. But Mark Lutz, you are the winner. And the question was, my teammate and friend, Louis Aparicio, often gave our second baseman, Doug Griffin, pointers that he learned from this other second baseman. Who was it? Nellie Fox, his former teammate. Nellie Fox and Louis Aparicio, one of the greatest double play combinations of all time.
Wow.
And he taught Doug Griffin a lot that he learned from Nellie Fox. So, Mark, congratulations. Text me or message me your address, and we will get this card in the mail. You may have something here worth $400 or $500 million, right?
One of these days, could be. You never know. Those crazy things that happen at the National when they open up these card packs, I'm just blown away. The prices. There's crazy things. That go on.
Congratulations, Mark. You already guessed. You said Jerry Adair. You just won. All right, let's get off it now. All right, Nellie Fox, you win. All right. So, Bonnie and Clyde, by the way, we're all over the place tonight. We're talking baseball, football. We're talking Hollywood with Bobby here and with some of the other guys. What kind of money does this stuff go for?
Well, we sold a pair of handguns that were taken out of the car by the character in real life, Frank Hamer, who Costner played. We sold those for $500,000 about 5 years ago.
Are you freaking kidding
I'm not
me?
kidding you. I'm not kidding you. So, we sold Clyde's pocket watch that he had in his pocket when he was killed. Again, confiscated by the police, taken as pay because these policemen weren't getting paid to hunt them down. So they were allowed to keep these trinkets. But the family went down and got that watch, and so the family sold the watch in Butterfield's in '98 for like $10,000, and we sold it for about $40,000 5 years ago. So now we have this at the auction we have coming up in September. We've got the Bulova watch that Clyde was wearing when he was killed, and that shot to pieces. And that also comes right from.
So
the
there's
barrel.
actual bullet holes in it?
Well, there's no bullet
nicked.
holes.
It's nicked.
Yeah. It is a distressed
That
condition.
is so cool. Now, what was the starting bid like that be on something like that?
I think about $1,000. I expect it to go for $20,000 to $30,000.
I'll give you $1,200 right now.
No, we can't have it. Bid,
Just
register, bid. We're an auction. What is with people that this is one of the strangest things. We hold an auction, right? But people are always coming. I want to buy it before it goes in the auction. Well, that's not an auction. I mean, bid. I don't.
That's a good point.
I don't. I mean, I've done all this work. We've scanned it, written it, researched, authenticated, put it in a catalog, put it up online, and you want to make an offer before the like. I mean, if you had called me before, but this is kind of ridiculous. Why do people do that, Tom?
Good point. I have no idea, but I'll give you $1,200 for it.
I mean, I'm looking forward to
Want to go half? $600 each?
God, no.
Well, are you freaking kidding me? For Clyde Barrow's watch shot up after he was dead and it was on his wrist?
Yeah.
You're not interested?
No.
Okay. Just thought I'd
all right,
throw it
Lou.
out there.
Whatever.
All right.
I'm not
How
gonna
many
judge
months
you,
of
man.
Netflix is? I can watch that movie like 500 times for that kind of money.
All right. I'm going to throw a question out there to our viewers and listeners. So, an acquaintance of mine, we talked about it last week, is going to have a Tom Brady 2000 Chrome rookie card. Now, you guys that are like football freaks, you may be able to answer this question. So it's probably going to be graded a 9 or a 10. It's in perfect condition. What is that card worth signed by Tom Brady? Does anybody know? Because I would love to know, because I have to get back to this person, because this person is very interested in getting that information. So PSA 9 or 10, Chrome 2000. It's not the top of the line a card, but it's a Chrome 2000 Tom Brady PSA 9 or 10, signed by Tom Brady. What's that freaking thing worth? You don't have any idea, do you?
I have no idea. If it was John Riggins, I might be able to help you.
John Riggins. Let me tell you about John Riggins. Number one, he was so overrated. It was ridiculous. Ran hard, but he was very overrated. Plus, I think he was pretty coked up every time
Yes.
he carried the football.
Yes,
Right?
But a champion. I mean, you're talking.
But he was a champion.
But he was what he did. Watching that Super Bowl and how he just
Because
destroyed,
Tom wasn't.
Tom Brady.
Tom hasn't been a champion.
Oh, God, no. How can you not love Tom Brady?
Well,
how can you not say that Tom Brady is the... I'm challenging, you guys in New York. Joe Marino, 5,500 with... You're crazy, Joe. 5,500 with the autograph? I think you're like... you're down in Florida. You got a little sunstroke. I think it's more than that. But anyway.
Tom Brady is not only the greatest football player of all time, he's the greatest North American pro athlete of all time. I'm dead
I'll
serious.
take issue with you. You know who is?
Who?
Johnny Weissmuller.
Okay. Yeah.
Certainly.
He was a hell of a swimmer.
Crossover.
That's
Crossover.
funny.
Great
Yeah.
swimmer. Great swimmer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, well, when you've got
Swimmer?
11 300-pound people chasing him while he's swimming, come talk to me.
Swimmer.
Yeah.
Gymnast, because he could go from tree to tree.
Yep.
Right? Run like hell from
Well,
lions.
Tom's pliable.
Run like hell from lions.
Tom jumps from cliffs
With his kid.
with his kid.
That's
Yeah.
a good point.
Yeah.
I saw that.
We are chatting with our good friend, Bobby Livingston.
Thank you.
All right, before we take a break, George Washington's hair. First of all, how the freak did you get his hair? And number two, what are you going to get for that?
We're going to get a lot of money for George Washington's hair.
And when is George Washington 2.0 coming? From the hair.
I don't know, but
Gotta
we could
clone him.
We could certainly do that. I was thinking about bringing it to the lab and maybe
Point.
making other, more fathers of the country. That's just what we
Cross
need.
his
is multiple-
DNA with Ted Williams, and we're good to go.
Oh, I could put the hair back on his head.
Yeah.
That could work.
Yeah. Wow.
So, look, collecting people's hair or sending a lock of your hair to an admirer was common practice
Stop.
in the 18th and 19th
So did he go
century.
into a barber shop and they cut it, or did they take it off when he was dead lying in a coffin?
No, this was taken off during his lifetime as
So
a
he would
memento.
cut it off and hand it to someone.
Yeah, or someone would cut it, and present it as a memento. So this has great provenance. Hair,
How do you get the provenance?
Was that like a calling card for him?
No, it
Would he
wasn't like
leave
a
mementos, or they would just
people
take
would
it? Yeah.
request it. It wasn't like the Beatles. Like we've sold Beatles
Hey,
hair
nice to meet
that the
you.
girls just went and ripped it,
that's different.
and they saved it. They ripped it right out of their head, but out of the Beatles' heads. But no, I mean this would be something that it's on a beautiful presentation the way it was since it was acquired, and it has documentation of every step of the way it's been. Some people would say, well, how do you know? Without DNA. Well, from auction records and the families that it came from that it's authentic. And that's just it's well known. It's a well-known example of Washington's hair. It's a significant.
Is it like a clump?
It's a beautiful braided piece of white hair. It's nice. You should check it out. It's at rrauction.com.
His teeth. Larry Gitlin and Joe Marino are asking: are his wooden teeth around?
I don't know. I think they probably would have.
That would be a nice score.
If they retrieved them. When he passed away. I don't know.
Interesting.
But we could ask the people at Mount Vernon. They'll tell you.
All right, listen, we're going to take a break. I told you, we're all over the place today. We're taking no prisoners. We come back, we're going to chat for a few minutes with, who we chat with, Lou? Al.
I don't know. It's changed 3 times.
Al Crisifulli from Love of the Game Auctions. Then we're going to come back to Bobby. Then we're going to go to Joe Drelich. Then we're going to come back to Bobby. Then we're going to go to John Broggi. Yeah, we're going to be all over the place. We'll be right back.
My name is Davis. Please consider making a donation to the Jimmy Fund and Dana-Farber Cancer Institute and help stamp out cancer in kids. We have all been touched by cancer, but we can win the battle. Please make your donation, and remember, no amount is too small. The Jimmy Fund is the official charity of the Boston Red Sox. Thanks very much.
Hi, I'm Rico Petroselli. I hope you listen to my pal Davis and make a contribution. We want to make children's cancer a thing of the past, and with your help, we can do it. Just go to TomZappalaMedia.com to make your charitable donation.
This is my fight song. Take back my life song.
Since 1996, Brian Drent and the staff at Denver's Mile High Card Company have led the charge in the collectibles hobby. Mile High is a full-service dealer specializing in buying and selling cards and offers a competitive consignment program for all collectors. Whether it be their computerized want list service, appraisals, or auction services, Mile High has it all. If you've been searching for a company with a selection of high-grade vintage 1888 to 1970 baseball cards and memorabilia that shares your passion, aim high, Mile High. go to milehighcardco.com or call 303-840-2784 for more information.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rico Petroselli, and I'm very excited to talk to you about our new partner, Panini America. Panini America is the world leader in licensed sports and entertainment collectibles, and we're proud to have them as the official trading card of the Great American Collectibles Show. When it comes to modern trading cards of your favorite players, Panini America leads the way in terms of innovation, design, creativity, value, and fun. From landmark brands such as Donruss, Prism, and Contenders to high-end juggernauts like Flawless, National Treasures, and Immaculate, Panini America delivers the hottest trading cards of the biggest names in the NBA, NFL, MLB, PA, NASCAR, soccer, and college. When you want to collect the best, collect Panini America. Ask for it at your local hobby shop or at mass retailers like Target and Walmart. And you can always find Panini America online at icollectpanini.com. Panini America. Who do you collect? How would you like to own the bat that was used by your favorite player when he hit that towering home run or game-winning base hit? Now look no further than JT Sports, specializing in the sale and authentication of professional game-used bats. As the official authenticators of professional model game-used bats for PSA DNA, JT Sports will guarantee the authenticity of any bat purchased from them. JT Sports also buys and sells game-worn uniforms, gloves, and baseball equipment. The unique quality of the collectible is what JT Sports is all about. Give them a call at 609-487-8003 or check them out at GameUseBats.com.
Big things are happening at Small Traditions. The Denver-based auction firm has moved into new digs in the Cherry Creek North Business District of Denver, just one block from the world-famous Cherry Cricket. Small Traditions' cost-free grading promotion is also growing. Now submit up to 500 cards for consideration for grading and don't pay a penny out of pocket. Let owner Dave Thorne and the experts at Small Traditions do all of the work for you and enjoy a 0% seller's fee as well. New headquarters, a new website, a new hard closing procedure to its premium auctions, new blog sites like KoufaxCards.com and JeterCards.com, and more. Small Traditions has also teamed with PSA to sponsor its monthly Madness sweepstakes. Enter today at PSAcard.com for your chance to win prizes valued as high as $2,000. Go to smalltraditions.com for more info. That's Small Traditions, where big things are happening. Okay, we are back again for our viewers and listeners. We have had some really severe storms up here. Tornado warnings. Matter of fact, we got this beep on our cell phone, Ellen and I. And Ellen was in the office, and I was just jumping into the shower. So she said, we have tornado warning for the next 20 minutes. So I said, well, listen, if the house starts shaking, go down to the basement, and we have like a little wine thing down there. I said, just go in there, and I'll meet you down there.
In the wine cellar. You sent your wife down the wine cellar.
It's not a wine cellar. It's a
wine cellar? You're going to go with wine cellar?
Yeah,
well, that's what I figured. If you're going to go.
It's a root cellar.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a root cellar, but we have some wine down there. It's a root cellar. But anyways, I stayed in the shower, and I said, if I go, I'm gonna go in the shower.
Don't go in the shower, Tom. Not healthy.
All right, listen. Before we bring
Not sanitary.
I was reviewing scenes from Twister.
All right. So anyways,
cows.
We are getting interruptions with the show, but Lou has this taped, and you'll be able to watch it in its entirety after the show. Our apologies. Don't blame us. Blame. Who do we blame? God?
Trump. Everybody blames Trump.
Blame Trump. All right, listen, before we bring on Big Al, how about a little eBay music? Louis, do your job, please. Go ahead.
I want to talk about our good friends at eBay. If you're looking for autographed memorabilia, hard to find collectibles from your favorite team that officially licensed, are you looking for that officially licensed MLB jersey or that size 52 Barry Bonds hat from 1999, jump on eBay. You can find just about everything on eBay.
Yeah, really topical.
If you, look,
don't even ask. I have no idea.
This is for you, Lou. If you're on a budget, you can purchase PSA graded cards at very affordable prices. great pieces of memorabilia from your favorite dealers and players, autographs, and much more.
From everything to graded and ungraded T206 cards, Gaudies, play balls, and 52 tops, there are some amazing deals. I repeat, amazing deals for everyone. And don't forget non-sports cards. Beatles, Gilligan's Island, Three Stooges, The Monkees, Marilyn Monroe, what's the Martian one
Mars
again?
Attacks.
Thank you.
My favorite
Mars Attack, and all kinds of sports
Favorite
collectibles,
Martian,
and even tickets to your favorite game.
eBay has 162 million users.
Trillion.
Million, it says, but trillion would be good. And it's the biggest and best marketplace in the world. Go to ebay.com and make your purchase
All right,
at
very good.
ebay.com.
I just found out today I can get a Sarah Jean Underwood signed calendar for like $20.
What's with her? Why does everybody love her?
What's
she's
with her?
Yeah, I mean, she's
Have you seen
fantastic,
her?
but
Yeah,
I have,
okay,
but for
yeah.
goodness sake.
Who the hell is she? Is that Felger's wife?
Oh, no, that's Sarah Underwood. That's the newscaster, the local newscaster.
Who are you talking about?
Sarah Jean Underwood.
Oh,
Playboy model.
Felger's wife's up pretty. She's pretty hot too.
She's a nice looking woman.
There's an autograph.
She's not Sarah Jean Underwood.
There's an autograph authenticator I follow on Twitter, and like every 10 minutes, he's retweeting her posts. You know, when she wakes up in the morning, she takes a picture of herself swimming, and when there's a tornado coming, she takes a picture of her in the shower.
No, today it was announcing her calendar.
Let's ask Big Al. Big Al, do you know who Sarah Jean Underwood is?
I do not.
Neither do I. So, welcome. Al Crisifulli from Love of the Game Auctions. Listen, man, I'm so sorry we missed you. You were so freaking busy at the National. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
It's good to be busy. It was good to see you at the National.
Yeah, well, we said we just kind of passed in the night. I mean, I spent so much time with a lot of our sponsors. I couldn't get near you. You're like a freaking rock star.
Nah.
Anyway.
It's the people who are in my booth with me that are the rock stars.
Is that what it is? Well, listen.
Yeah, I surround myself with people everybody wants to talk to.
Say hi to Bobby Livingston from RR Auctions.
Hey, how are you?
Hey there, how are you?
Good, man. I can imagine you guys do such great work. You must have had a line at our table. Our table was barren. Nobody was there, so you must have had a fantastic National. So.
I don't know, man. Every time I turned around, you guys were right behind us, and every time I turned around, there was a crowd.
Well, man, I just looked at your current sale. It looks pretty healthy. Nice.
Speaking of which, your auction ends in 2 more days, Al?
It ends on Saturday.
Tell us a little bit about it, what's hot, what's not, and then you have another big auction coming up at Christmas time, correct?
Yeah, right around Thanksgiving. It'll close the day after Thanksgiving. But probably what's most fun about this particular auction is that the Ted Patterson collection. We talked about that a couple of shows ago, and Ted is a former Baltimore Orioles broadcaster, among other teams. Wow. He did Navy football for 13 years. He did some Ravens games. He did some boxing and some thoroughbred racing, and he was a collector the whole time. He began his broadcasting career in the late 60s and collected even before that. So he's amassed a pretty awesome collection. It's going to take us a year or so to sell it, but the first chunk of it is in this current auction. There's a lot of game-worn jerseys. There's a lot of cards and things like that, so it's a lot of fun watching them.
It's amazing when you come across a collection like that, Al, isn't it? Where you have some long-time
really
employee,
special.
And you have no idea what he's got, and then he starts bringing that stuff out. That must be a real thrill for you guys.
We've been working with Ted for about a year, and actually we've been working with him for longer than that. But it's about a year that we've been talking about the sale of his collection, and in the process of that, just going through some of the stuff that he's got is absolutely amazing. So much fun.
Al, it's funny. This past Tuesday, was it Tuesday? I'm sorry, it was last Thursday. Ellen and I have a new book coming out that's being launched at the National next year, and it's on it's going to be called Baseball and Bubblegum, the 1952 Top Set. We're having a blast writing this book. So Rico and I had lunch last Thursday up in Concord, New Hampshire, with Glenn Berger, who is the son of Cy Berger, who was the guy that he was Mr. Tops. He was the guy that designed the 52 Top Set. You would not believe what this guy has, a treasure trove.
Al, we got his number from Tom. Split it with you.
This guy, you name it, he has it. He still has, probably of the 407 cards, he probably has 200 of the original artwork that they used the cards for. Amazing. And then he's got all of these so cool photographs, Type 1 photos of personalized to his father. I mean, he's got stuff signed by both Roy Campanella and Jackie Robinson on the same, to side, best wishes, we love you, just stuff like that. Amazing stuff. Yeah, cool stuff.
I love stuff like that.
Yeah, but I do understand it. You have some amazing. Here we go. Type 1. Type 1 Jackie Robinson photos in your auction
Look at your photos from the 1947 World Series.
Amazing, and they're PSA DNA authenticated in slabs. Amazing.
And the guy who consigned them is so handsome.
Isn't he? Actually, I picked them up, Bobby. I picked them up in Florida from a neighbor of ours, an old lady. She's really elderly, and she says, here, my dad worked for the Daily News. Here's what I'm looking for. I said, I'll take them all, and I sent them to Al, and they're in his auction. Just, by the way, Al, believe it or not, I've been in kind of this industry for a long time, just collecting and writing. This is the first time I've ever put anything in an auction. Those items that you have, I've never put anything in an auction.
I'm flattered.
Yeah, honest to God.
I'm flattered to be your first.
All right, so it's kind of cool. All right, so the auction ends on.
Auction ends on Saturday. There is a tremendous selection of cards, including a lot of freshly graded cards that are all marked that way in the auction, which is pretty cool. And we've got a beautiful high-end Ty Cobb T206 Ty Cobb green back. The green background portrait card, PSA 8 OC.
Whoa!
It's beautiful. That's the one I was looking at, Al. That just pops. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it is a beauty, and it's one bid from hitting the reserve, and so it's a very reasonable reserve, and it's a beautiful card. It's really, they call it an MC. Actually, I think I have this labeled wrong in the auction. Look at that. But it's actually one of those dual name, top and bottom cards. So the name is cut off a little bit at the bottom, and then you can see the very faintest, name at the top, the Ty Cobb at the top. So this is actually pretty desirable.
Nice.
That's such a great card. Gorgeous. In my collection, I've had that card I bought that card, ready for this? I'm not going to tell you why I'm going to tell you. It's graded a PSA 6. I bought it in 1993. Guess how much I paid for it?
$500.
$450.
Wow.
See that?
I paid $450.
There's not a hotter mainstream pre-war card in the hobby, I don't think.
No, it's a cool card.
The green Cobbs have just gone bananas.
Cool card, it really is, and it's my favorite card in my collection, and I love it. All right, so the auction ends this coming Saturday.
Yes, sir.
So people want to bid. What do they go to?
So they go to loveofthegameauctions.com, and if they're registered bidders, they know what to do. But if not, there's a registration link right at the top, and just click to register, fill out all of the information, and we get to those as quickly as we can. If you do want to register and you're listening to this, you need to register before Saturday, because we don't actually register any new bidders on the closing day of the auction, because there's no way for us to check references. It's on Saturday. I'm the only knucklehead working on Saturday.
Right.
So
get your references. Register early. We run into the same thing. So get onto the Love in the Game website and register.
All right, down the road we'll talk about the Christmas auction, Al, in the next month or two. We'll talk about that. In the meantime, we love you, and you guys, you've been a great supporter of the show. We greatly appreciate it.
And hey, Tom, thanks for all the super things that you've commented on Tobacco Row on Facebook on my behalf.
Well, let me tell you something. Nice. Al, I got to tell you something. Honestly, I get so much positive feedback about you and your company, and just the thing that you should be most proud of is that you're upfront. You're an honest guy. You tell it like it is, and you're a family guy, and you're looking out for the interests of yourself. Obviously, what you have to, you're going to make a living, but you're also looking out for the interests of the hobby and the collectors. And you've
I love this hobby. I've been in this hobby since I was a little kid, and I want to protect it.
Good.
So it's so hello to everybody on Tobacco Row.
Okay, kid. We'll talk to you.
All right, guys. Be
Al
good.
Crisifulli from
Al.
Love the Game Auctions. All right, we're going to get, while Louis is getting Joe Drelich on the line, I want to talk to Bobby again about some of the other great stuff. All right, we talked about Washington's here. We talked about Barney. What else you got?
Well, I got lots and lots and lots of things, man. You know what?
Throw something out that blows me away. Blows me away.
Lou, pick a subject.
He's on the phone.
Pick a subject.
Rock and roll.
So, rock and roll.
Okay, let's
Rock and roll.
move
I've
on
got
to
an
something.
no. I've got some incredible Beatles items up for sale. I was just looking at. So there was a famous moment in 1975 in Philadelphia when John Lennon went and signed autographs for the public as a charity fundraiser. You could see him for 3 straight days, and I've got an incredibly rare poster, like the only one that's ever come on the market for this event. Like, get John Lennon's autograph event, with a picture of John Lennon on it, and it's fantastic. So I've got that. I've also got up for auction he was tragically assassinated right after Double Fantasy came out. So I've got a signed Double Fantasy by Lennon with a photo of him signing for a record executive. So it's a photo match Double Fantasy. So if you're a Beatles fan and you want rare, ultra rare John Lennon things, we've got some of that in
Cool
our rarities auction.
All right, we're having some technical difficulties. Don't blame us. Blame the weather. Blame the weather gods. It's been terrible up here. Really, seriously, it's been really bad. Tornado warnings, hail, rain, sleet, no snow. But so that's why we're having kind of a feed problem tonight. But you'll be able to watch the whole show uninterrupted after the show. You can when Lou posts it. In the meantime, another guy we missed at the National that we didn't get to do our little video with is our
Won't be
good
after
friend.
the show, by the way. It'll be later.
Later?
Yep.
Like 10 o'clock, 10:30, 10:15? Give us a time,
I
damn
have
it.
to get permission from PSA to post it, so
Oh, you do?
won't be tonight.
Ask for Joe Orlando. He'll help you out.
Yeah.
All right, on the phone with us right now is another good friend of ours who this guy has really he's turned 2 shows around, but we're going to talk about the Philly show right now. Our good friend Joe Drelich. Joseph, how are you?
Hey, Tom, how are you?
Good. I mean, let's get right to it. Tell us about the show. I mean, it says here, is the show sold out?
Yeah, we started our waiting list a few weeks back. It's been a great ride over the last couple of years, building the show back up from its heyday back in the 70s. Again, we've gone through the history of the show a little bit, but one of the oldest card shows in the country. Been centrally located in Pennsylvania since 1975, and we're looking at a sellout. We've got a waiting list of dealers trying to get in, knocking on the door. So
That is such great news. Such great news. By the way, hold on. Say hi to Bobby Livingston from RR Auctions. Rico had a Red Sox Legends gig tonight, so Bobby's jumping in. Say hi.
Hi, Bobby. How are you?
I'm great, Joe. I noticed there was a whole bunch of really beautiful original artwork, that you guys are having with Mike Trout and Cal Ripken Jr.
So we have a famous artist actually who happens to be a neighbor of mine. Strangely, his name's James Fiorentino, who's been a sports artist for quite a long time. We're pleased to be able to put on a display of James's artwork. James will be there as well. And James has done some amazing watercolor art over the last 25 years. Very under the radar kind of guy, pulled back from the public art world and went into the gallery scene. He's done a lot of work for Topps and Upper Deck over the years. In the early 2000s, he's created trading cards for them. He has subsets that were included in from the late 1990s into the early 2000s. But he does some stunning artwork and was just featured on the Beckett Cover magazine, the June magazine, so 2 months ago, doing the Mike Trout piece, which I believe is being donated. So James does a lot of good charity work too, raising money for all kinds of causes. So.
Joe, will there be a lot of his original artwork available at the show? Because that's a whole other level of collector, isn't it? That buys that kind of thing.
It is, and he will have somewhere around a dozen original pieces for sale on display, and he also does a private work for people. That's how he gains a lot of his clients. He does a lot of private work for celebrities and athletes today, current day. But his stuff really is amazing. I definitely recommend checking him out. He does primarily sports, but he has branched off into nature and American Indian paintings. But anyway, it's an exciting component to add to our show, and it's free. It comes with your admission. There's no charge to go into that segment of it. And again, we're trying to continue to grow our show in different ways and capture new audiences and bring them into the collectibles world. So we're very excited about it.
Joe, you're back at the Valley Forge, right? I know there were some issues there last year, but you guys are back there, right?
Yeah. So we were displaced last year for the September and December events, and we moved down the street. Luckily, we found a home about 6 miles away. But we had our March event back at the newly renovated Valley Forge Casino. They redid the whole lower level. It looks beautiful. They upgraded all the lighting and the sound systems and all the bathrooms. I mean, it just is a state-of-the-art facility at this point. So yeah, we're back at the Valley Forge Casino. And very excited about it.
We had a difficult evening. It's got a tornado and storming here in Boston tonight, but last night we had a difficult evening against the Philadelphia Phillies. I don't know if you got to watch that, Joe, but we had the tying run on second, ground ball to shortstop, and Xander decides to go to third.
What the hell was he thinking with that base running?
I don't know. He was the ghost of Louis Aparicio, apparently. I don't know. I don't know what was happening, but I know you have one of the great things about going to these sports card shows is the autographs. It seems to be, Joe, that they get more and more popular. The lines get long. You buy these tickets, and I know you've got a lot of these Phillies are going to be there.
Yeah. So sore subject for you guys for at least.
Oh God! This whole season's been a sore subject.
Well, strangely, I'm trapped in a weird world. I run a prominent show in the Philadelphia area, and I've been a lifelong New York fan, so it's quite challenging on my side.
That's great.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't live and breathe the Philadelphia environment, but it seeps in a little bit because I get to spend time with these guys. But yeah, no, we have a great lineup. We're lucky enough that the Philly schedule works out that we can have some of the current guys at the show, including JT Realmuto, who came over in a trade and has been great. Reese Hoskins, who's a homegrown talent. Aaron Nola, another homegrown talent. Andrew McCutcheon, who's a legend from the Pittsburgh Pirate days, and rookie Scott Kingery. So, it's really nice to bring that to the hometown show and let the local people, celebrate that. And we're excited about that. It doesn't work out always that, with the scheduling and stuff that the athletes are available. A lot of times, those things take place in the off season. But we've got a great lineup. I mean, we've got some great quarterback legends from the right from the 60s up into current day with the quarterback Sonny Jurgensen, Ron Jaworski, Randall Cunningham, Donovan McNabb. That's going to be a super cool component. And then we're really excited about Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield doing a co-event together, appearing together, doing a dual photo op together, signing photos together. So that's going to be a great time there from that respect.
Is Evander still missing his ear?
Get it back from Tyson. Tyson will be there. Get it back.
No, hold on. I'm going to ask Barbie. I'm going to ask you that question. With that ear, what could you get for that ear in an auction?
10 to 15 years in the penitentiary. I don't think you can sell human parts. I think eBay, you should talk to your good friends at eBay and ask them. I don't think you can sell your body parts on that auction.
Right?
But thanks.
Joe, again, I'm sorry we missed you, man. You are so freaking difficult to track down at these shows. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I know. I have no excuse, Tom. I did come by and high-five you guys when you were on.
I did. I saw that.
And we tried to make it happen, but we'll get me in there one
of these days. All right, so if people want more information, where do they go to?
So PhillyShow.com, real simple. PhillyShow.com has all the info. Our show runs Friday to Sunday, and it's September 13th through the 15th. Tickets are on sale for everything that you need, and that's about it, guys. I appreciate you having me on, and it's always great to talk to you. And
Pencil Rico and I in for next year because we definitely want to do the show. We want to broadcast the show again from Philly. We had a blast doing it.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, we want to do it again. We were just talking about it. I says, Rick, we got to get back down. He says, hey, what do you? I says, I'm not the issue. Let's get down there. So,
Well, I'll send you an email. Let's work that out.
yeah, we'd love to do the show. We had so much fun down there, and plus I lost $40.
Yeah. Well, perfect. All right, guys. Well,
All right, take care.
Have a great show, and watch out for those storms, all right?
Really.
Be safe.
Thanks, Joe. Joe Drelich from the Philly Show and the CSA Show, the Chantilly Show. Joe runs both of them.
Wow.
He runs the other one with Dave Hunt. Does a great job. Louis, why don't we do this? Let's take a break now. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a break now. We're going to come back and chat for a few more minutes with Bobby. Then we're going to talk to John Broggi. And then it's just general bull. How's that?
Sounds perfect, man.
Hang in there. We'll be right back.
Mint State is a PSA authorized dealer specializing in high-grade vintage sports and non-sport cards. Established in 2002 and in its 18th year of full-time operation, we utilize an extensive network of sellers, collectors, and other dealers for the millions of dollars in collectibles we sell every year. Mint State has assisted with many of the finest collections ever assembled and offers sellers, such as the owners of the Lucky 7 Find, an attractive consignment package in addition to outright purchase. For more information, please visit mintstateinc.com or contact Rick Snyder by email at mintstate@msn.com or by telephone at 630-365-9790. Happy hunting!
When it comes to meeting a budget, Pristine Auction has something for everyone. Jared and his staff at Pristine offer several auction formats, all the way down to a daily auction. Each auction ends nightly with hundreds of lots, and by the way, all daily auctions are offered with no reserve prices. Whether it's cards, signed jerseys, sports, or non-sports memorabilia, Pristine has it all. Pristine Auction is also proud to partner with Hope Sports in Mexico. Our mission is to help those in need. That's Pristine Auction, Pristine. Simply go to pristineauction.com and begin bidding. And don't forget, mention the guys from the Great American Collectibles Show. That's Pristine Auction, meeting your collectible needs.
This is Brian Drent, president of Mile High Card Company. Is your sports card and memorabilia collection properly insured? For easily replaced personal property, homeowners insurance is all most people need. But for prized possessions that you may have spent a lifetime collecting, it doesn't go nearly far enough. Collectibles Insurance Services has been insuring for over 50 years. They offer a full range of protection and a $0 deductible at an affordable rate with no appraisals required. I know because they insure my collection. If you have a minute, go to collectinsure.com and learn more about insuring your personal card or memorabilia collection.
Okay, we are back. So that was take two. Again, before we bring on John, our apologies to our viewers and listeners. We've had severe weather here. I had to take a rowboat to get to the studio, but I got here, thank God. You don't believe that, do you?
No, I don't believe it at all.
Well, we've had some severe weather, so we've had some interruptions with the stream, but so what? You'll be able to watch the show once Louis talks to our friends at PSA. You'll be able to watch the show in its entirety and see Bobby's handsome face, mine, and whoever. But on the phone with us right now, after a record-breaking blockbuster show, is the executive director of the National Sports Collectors Convention, our good friend John Broggi. Mr. Broggi, you should be excited and proud of the product that you guys put out, man. You guys kicked butt. You kicked butt.
It was a great show. I don't have enough time to enjoy it while we're there, but sitting back the week afterwards and thinking about and seeing all the comments that our attendees, our exhibitors had, it was a great show. It was probably the best that I've been involved with in the last 15 or 20 years.
Well, I'll tell you something. Nothing but great reviews. I did not hear one bad. You know, we kind of try to get up the pulse to what's going on. We did not get not one bad comment about the show. And again, the thing that really was eye-opening was youngsters that were there. There were so many kids there with their parents, which is such a good sign.
Wow.
Such a good sign.
Wow.
We're really pleased by that. A number of years ago, Mike Burke is my partner, my late partner, and I were at a trade conference in Hawaii, Kit Young Show, and the entire industry was saying we've got to get kids more involved. And we stepped up at that point in time and said, you know what? From now on, any child 12 years of age or younger is coming to the National free of charge, no stipulation, nothing.
Great
and
idea.
It's paid off over the last 10 or 12 years, and we're just thrilled to death about the number of kids we did see in Chicago.
You know, it's funny because, and by the way, for our viewers and listeners, we did a 2-hour show that is going to be posted by the National. And by the way, John, your staff there, your roadie guys, your camera guys, they did a spectacular job. I was blown away when I watched our show with the different camera angles. It's going to be posted on PSA's site and ours this coming weekend. But we had so many giveaways from Panini and from PSA. All kids. It was just amazing. Just a great job.
So important to get those kids in there, man. So
and by the way, John, say hi to Bobby Harrington from RR Auctions. Bobby was there.
Stop with the
Hey,
Harrington.
Bob, how are you?
I said it, Livingston.
John, I'm great, man. Congratulations. By the way, I don't know if I'm sure you've heard it, but congratulations on all the hard work you and your team did, man. Nothing but positive feedback, and I know how hard it is to put on something like that. So congratulations.
It was a pleasure to be able to walk away and say, you know what, we did the best job that we could possibly have done. So we're thrilled to death. And as Tom said, every review, every comment was nothing but positive about the National, except the guy who wants us to bring it to Australia next year. I don't know that we're going to be able to pull that one off.
Now, next year's is in Atlantic City. Looking forward to that. And then the year after will be back in Chicago, John?
Back in Chicago. We're running every other year in Chicago rotation so that it doesn't get too stale. We were just excited about the numbers of people that came through the door.
Unbelievable. I'll tell you the other thing is Chicago's very easy to maneuver. There's plenty of space, plenty of amenities for the attendees, plenty of food, plenty of bathrooms. It was just all great. It was just all good the way you have it set up. So here's a question for you. So how many times over the course of the week that you're there do you go to Gibson's?
Well, see, we were there from Sunday till the following Sunday night. I was there 8 times.
Oh, Jesus. We went for dinner. Ellen and I went out with Joe Orlando and Jackie Curiel on Friday night. That place just blows me away. The steaks are just amazing. That is one hell of a steakhouse, you have to admit.
It's so convenient there, and all I have to do is say to any of the several managers there, we're going to be 8 people tonight at 7 o'clock, and there's a table waiting. Nice. So it's too convenient not to go there every night.
John, you had the highlight. Were there any highlights, or was it just the whole thing? Anything in particular that stands out?
I think it was the whole show. What I really thought was great this year was the Breakers Pavilion and the Mike Burkus stage where you guys held your show. And I think that area had more activity this year than any of the past several years since the Case Break Pavilion has been part of the National.
Well, I'll tell you something.
And that's where all the kids were.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. There was all kids, but a shout-out, a special kudos go out to Rob Bertram. Rob and the other gentleman's name, I always forget.
Ivan.
They did a great job over the course of the weekend. They make it interactive for the kids. But your crew there, your sound crew, your camera guys, they were real pros. Did a hell of a job.
Well, and I want to give a shout out to the rest of our staff too, who got all those people in. We had the largest VIP party on Wednesday, and our staff had to get all those people processed and into the building in about a 3 or 4 hour time span. So
amazing.
They deserve the credit for that.
Well, listen, congratulations. Looking forward to next year. Over the course of the coming months, obviously we're going to have either you or Ray on periodically so we can keep people abreast. John, if you're ever in the Boston area, I will be very disappointed, and I'm not kidding, if you don't call Ellen and I up, you and your beautiful wife, and we'd love to, on Boston Red Sox dime, take you out to dinner.
Wow.
Well, the same thing goes if you come down for the Boston College Rutgers game.
Okay, kid. Nice talking to you. Take care of yourself, and congratulations. John Broggi from the National Sports Collectors Convention. Tell us about our friends at Panini.
Well, Panini is one of our favorite clients at our auction, so I'm happy to tell you when football's heroes cross paths with the hobby's version of higher education, the results can be, well,
mind-boggling.
No, off the charts. That's off the charts. And so, it's with the Panini American 2019 National Treasures Collegiate Football, the content-rich upper echelon product that arrives in hobby shops and on group break sites across North America on Wednesday. As you'll see in the revealing quality control gallery that follows, this year's edition features the high-end characteristics and calling card inclusions that have come to define the NT brand across all sports. On average, each hobby box of 2019 National Treasures Collegiate Football, there are 8 cards per box, 4 boxes per case, will deliver 6 autograph or memorabilia cards, 1 base or parallel card, and 1 additional card. The highlights, as you'll see, are many and include the popular college material signatures chase, as well as signatures, rookie silhouette signatures, and combo player signatures booklets. So go to PaniniAmerica.net, PaniniAmerica.net.
And again, mark your calendars, folks. The Philly show is coming on September 13th to 15th, held at the Valley Forge Casino Resort in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. Shop over 50,000 square feet of sports collectibles from the 1800s to present day. On-site authentication as well as free appraisals are available all weekend long from the nation's leading companies. So go to the show and have some fun, spend some cash, bring the entire family. Kids 12 and under are free. Vendor space is completely sold out for the 8th consecutive show. It's sure to be a great event. You won't want to miss. The September show features a free art exhibit by world-renowned sports and nature watercolor artist James Fiorentino. For more information, go to phillyshow.com and don't miss it. All right, Bobby, we have about a minute and a half left. R&R Auctions is really just getting into the sports world. You guys do everything else. Our viewers and listeners, they've got some great stuff online. They've got some great sports memorabilia. Check out their website, which is...
It's rrauction.com. Rare and remarkable.
We forgot to do the RR Auction live read, but this was a live read.
This was all live
but
read.
I actually made it humorous.
You did.
I did, but we're going to have to
You'll have to save it. Rico will have to do it. I liked sitting in Rico's seat, so anytime he needs to go back to the, is it the Legends box? That has,
right now, at this time, I guarantee you, it's 2 minutes before game time. Rico is hanging over a rail at the Legends suite, probably him and Fisk throwing up after having too many beers and too many hot dogs. No, actually, Rico's not a big drink. Actually, Rico is he could pound him. Rico's a big. He's a big.
Rico has a drink.
He's a moderate.
He's a bourbon. He's a
moderate man. I've hung out with him, and he's moderate.
When he comes to my house, he's not. He's a freaking bourbon drinker. He drinks my booze and smokes my cigars.
Well,
that's what he does.
I'd do that too.
That's what he does. But anyway, Bobby, we love you, man.
Yep, Tom.
Bobby Livingston. Thank you so much, man. We love you coming in. You're going to be jumping in periodically between this show, the Sicilian Corner, which is a regional show. We had you on last time. We had a few laughs. It's all craziness. With that being said, Bobby, love you.
Love you too,
Louis,
man.
I will see you on Friday. I'm in the studio alone. Well, I get someone coming in. I'm not going to tell you who.
Okay.
Do you care?
I really don't.
With that being said, Bobby, have a great week. Louis, have a great week. To our viewers and listeners, sorry for the weather stuff, but check in later on. You can watch the whole show. And remember, happy collecting.